Girl Jamaica, and I'm coming back to y'all all the way live from, I was say 305, but that's hello. But listen, y'all already know I told y'all I was gonna be going live for the next 30 days. This is day number 2. So look, I was gonna say this day 29. Look, been countdown 30, 29, 28. Um, but for the most part, y'all know I gotta keep my promise. Y'all know I'm sometimes I don't do what I'm supposed to be doing, but this go round we finna kick it up a notch. So listen, I've been talking about community, and today we had a conversation on YouTube on Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits, and I might in the description like figure out how to link them to. I don't know. I'm not gonna do too much. I'm not even look. I'm not gonna do team too much. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But we were having this discussion and we were talking about community, of course, and different aspects of it. Y'all look it up. I think it was tied up community. What is it? So look that up. Put Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits, and check it out. But today, I mean, as we were having that conversation, one of the ladies were we were sharing like what our experience with community was. And one of the ladies, of course, was saying how, well, 3 out of 5 of us had the experience where you would get snatched up in the community, right? Where if you did something where you got in trouble or whatever else, you would get snatched up then by whoever was around. Usually, of course, they were people who were friends of the family or extended family members. They would snatch you up, reprimand you, get you together, set you straight. It don't always snatching you up don't always have to be fully negative, but they would set you straight. And then whoever along the way who saw you, they would correct you, right? Course corrections. It's correcting that individual so that there could be a stronger version of community. And some of the other ladies was like, no, like my parents was like, you tell me and I'll fix my kids. And so that was part of it. Y'all saying something about the error on here, so I don't know. Hopefully y'all can see this, or if not, it'll get posted later. I'm gonna keep it kind of short. But what I wanted to ask y'all is like, how was your community when you was growing up? Did you guys experience where the community was like a hands-on experience, where you had extended family members, like people who were so ingrained into your family that they were considered family as well? Or did you have, it was just your nuclear family, or just it wasn't that, like, the community existed outside of what your family had, but you guys weren't necessarily involved in it. um you were just amongst it. Like, what did that look like for you? How was your community set up? I really want to know, because I'm looking at it and I'm debating and I'm thinking about a couple things. One of the things I think about nowadays is that um the idea of community is not exactly the same. It's not the same. But they brought to the attention that it really wasn't then either. But people just have different versions of it. So like, I want to know, like, what did community look like for you? One of the ladies, Carmel, she was like, well, within the greater community, we hung out, or we were ta- almost like not really taken care of, but we had friends, other Haitian families, who made sure they took a lookout for us, right? So if we didn't have something, they would be cooking and they'd be like, oh, well, come over, come eat, let's hang out, let's do this. And I see that happening, like, you guys, really and truthfully and honestly, I see it happen very not so often within the communities that I'm in a part of now currently, but like Spanish and Spanish cultures and stuff, they still do that, right? They have these big parties, everyone comes over, we're grilling, the families are all communicative, you have grandparents, the parents, the great grands, the kids that are playing along. It's ages anywhere from birth to 80, 90 years old. And I think that's very vital for people in a community. Like, you need those variances, right? You need that to pull on different experiences. And to me, nowadays, like, I don't see that as much. Like, if you do have a gathering, everyone is roughly around the same age, right? It'll be like, you'll be in your 30s and 40s, and then the 30s and 40s will just be hanging out. And it's like, really bring your kids, go find a babysitter, or, well, I don't really have kids, so, it ain't kids over here. Or it's just all the women get together and all the men get together separate, versus, really having the inclusive gathering where everyone is there, everyone is pouring into each other, everyone's, you can see it both positive and negative, but asking questions and seeing how you're doing and what do you need, and hey, let me recommend a job to you, or are you dating? Let me recommend this person to you. Maybe you want to, I have a friend who's interested in X, Y, Z, and all of these different aspects, right? That they pour in together to build this idea of community. And I think sometimes nowadays that we're so restricted and we're in our own corners that you don't have that, and you're trying to, as one individual, do everything, right? You're trying to do everything for your kids, versus having like, hey Annie, can you go pick up the kids today? Can they all be at your house? And every other day or something like that, you have different members who help to keep the nuclear together, help to keep that family orient together. Like my friend's grandmother and my grandmother did the same as well when we were younger, but my friend's grandmother, up until she died, um everyone would meet at her house, right? Every so often, every day, there would be at least a couple people trickling in, and like the grandkids or great grands would be there. She would be watching them as she watched kids up until she passed away. And I don't really see that, and I think that keeps older people, um that keeps them on their toes, right? It keeps them moving, it keeps them fluid, um versus them being alone and them being lonely and like, well, people don't come and visit me, they don't stop by or whatever else. I think that a lot of these things go into play. And so I definitely want to just kind of explore this topic of community and how community shows up in different arenas, and how we pour into each other in different arenas too, because you have the spiritual community, or your church, your religious sectors. Those are a group that you have your business arena, so people who are business minded, like minded, when you're trying to change careers or you're looking for jobs or whatever else, you have those individuals who help you with that. You have your party community, right? The people who you go out and do gatherings with or whatever else, the people that you want to have fun with. However, and sometimes these people can mix and mingle, and sometimes they're separate, and we have to be okay with that. Like, I don't know what's this concept these days that everything has to flow together, but it flows alongside each other. They're not all going to be the same people. My friends, I don't have to do business with all of my friends, but then I have people who I do business with who become friends, right? So, you know, I think that's something we have to take into consideration, because these days, and the way the internet is going and all this stuff, they will have you so they will have you going so many different directions. It's wilding out to me. But what I can say is you have that. You have people, you have groups where you just study with, who you learn new things with, groups where you travel with, buddies that you come together every so often and you just travel amongst the world, and that's not always going to cross over to everyone. So I just want to know, like, how was your communities growing up? What type of communities do you have currently, and what communities do you foster? And of course, like I said, I'm going to come to you guys and we're going to have different discussions. Today, honey, was a study day, but I studied so much, y'all. Let me tell y'all, I studied so much. My body was like, power off, like the phone. And I went straight to sleep. I was up from 6 to about 3, and my body was done. And then I got up at later than I expected, at 6. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just wanted to kind of have that conversation with y'all, dive into some stuff. And like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not going to keep this one too long. Um, Hopefully I have some downloads and have some good topics or whatever. But needless to say, 30 days I'm going to be live. 9 times out of 10, it's going to go back to community, unless I have something real, vital to say, and do some teaching or something like that. But I'm here for it, y'all. So it's been your girl, Jamekia. And I'm just here, just vibing, and about to get ready it's late, but I'm about to get ready to eat and hang out with my sister, because I need some sister time. She better be on her way. And and I will check y'all out tomorrow. So y'all have a good night. Love y'all.